You are listening to Scenecraft Nightcap. Welcome to our second Nightcap, a series of bonus episodes where we pull back from the scene and into the wider world of film. I'm Cody, here with my co-hosts,
Mark
and Connor.
We're also very excited to welcome two special guests onto the show.
Monika
and Emily.
Tonight we're going to pour ourselves a drink and have an open discussion about Barbie, directed by Greta Gerwig, which has already broken several records at the box office this summer.
Hey Barbie, can I come to your house tonight?
Sure. I don't have anything big planned, just a giant blowout party with all the Barbies and planned choreography and a bespoke song. You should stop by.
So cool.
So we had to do a nightcap on Barbie because, frankly, I think it was hard to choose between Oppenheimer and Barbie for our main episode this week. And I just want to talk a little bit about the Barbenheimer phenomenon. Like, what do you guys think makes this occurrence so special, where people are memeing about it? You know, people are also saying back in 2008, there was The Dark Knight and Mamma Mia being called the Dark Mama, kind of paving the way for this Barbenheimer, the Dark
I've never
Mama.
heard that before.
It's very strange.
Yeah, I keep hearing like
It's funny though.
the Dark Mama walked so Barbenheimer can run. I keep seeing that everywhere. What do you guys think makes this combination so interesting and special?
Where did the Barbenheimer phenomenon first start? Was it an online thing? A Reddit thing?
I think it was just a social media thing. Like I remember seeing some really funny posts. We just started sending them to each other where it was like, will I even understand Oppenheimer if I don't see Barbie first or something? It's just like how goofy and how different the two movies were kind of just contributed to the whole thing.
Yeah, I just find it so interesting how Oppenheimer and Barbie, they both toppled over box office expectations. And I think there was this general wave of thinking that if you have two big releases, you can't have them come out on the same day because they're going to compete with each other. But what's so interesting about this is that it's almost like a synergistic effect where they both kind of boosted their box office numbers. And as a result, I feel like a lot of people who maybe wouldn't have seen Oppenheimer ended up seeing it, and vice versa for Barbie. So it's just interesting to see where companies take this. Are they going to take this risk again where they think that they could, drum up this kind of online sensation? Or, are they going to play it safe and kind of try to separate them again? Because something like this, you just can't really predict. Who saw this coming?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's dig into general thoughts on the film, things you liked, things you didn't like maybe. And first I'll read the log line from IMDb. Barbie suffers a crisis that leads her to question her world and her existence. And as with all of our discussions, giving a little spoiler warning at the head in case you haven't seen the film, don't want to be spoiled. We are going to be probably talking about the ending and various details in the film. So just a spoiler warning ahead of time. Who wants to go first? What did you think?
I thought that the movie was brilliant. It was poignant, hilarious, comedy adventure film. It really set the bar successfully by making fun of itself the whole time. As a woman, I think when we watch movies, we think a lot about like perfectionism, and this movie really touches on that. So naturally, after a movie, I would like go look up Margot Robbie's diet, like want to see who does her hair, just being honest here. And that movie really preaches against that through humor, with the comments on cellulite and stuff like that. I also am shamelessly going to say that it combined a lot of my favorite things. There was a cameo from someone from Love Island UK, Chris Taylor, woohoo. Birkenstocks. I, on the way home, was influenced and bought the pink Birkenstocks.
Nice.
And movies, of course, which I definitely want to get into more. And even though I wasn't a Barbie girl as a kid, I have always been a fan of Gerwig since Frances Ha and Margot Robbie. So this is like very much catnip for me, as Cody says.
I agree, Monika. I think the movie was excellent. It was so much better than I thought it was going to be going into it. I thought that the overall plot was more adult driven than I expected, which was a pleasant surprise that it wasn't a kids movie. While I do think kids could enjoy it, it's definitely an adult movie. And I think that having Greta Gerwig direct it was probably the best thing that could have happened to that movie, because just the way that she handled the topics of feminism and taking Barbie and turning her into so much more than that and deep character was really cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved all of the film homages, and there's just so many really cool Easter eggs.
Definitely. Yeah, I totally agree. And you can tell, Greta Gerwig is a filmmaker's filmmaker. Like, she is like a true appreciator of film, as you can see from her other projects. So I love that element. I think this easily with any other filmmaker, this could have been a very easy, non-challenging property to develop. Like, for example, Mario, the Super Mario Brothers movie. While it was beautifully realized, it was all surface level. It didn't really dig deep into an actual
Mm-hmm.
message that I think you can take home and really sink your teeth into and figure out. So I think in this case, it feels like the filmmakers are really trying to say something with it. And I think you get that from the get-go when you have that surface level like Barbie party, everyone is having fun to that extreme degree, and then you have that line where she's like, "Does anyone think about death?"
Yeah.
And that's kind of where like we're really dealing with something special here. And I love that that's the direction that they took it. And that's what Mattel agreed to. They make fun of themselves, as Monica mentioned. Really enjoyed myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that comparison to Mario is actually a pretty good one because, and I'll just come out and say I really don't know much about the backstory of Barbie. I don't know if she has like an entire origin story or not, but I do think that the idea of Barbie is one where you could take it in a lot of different directions. And I think the one that they took it was a good one. I came into the film really enjoying Gerwig's previous movies. I loved Little Women and I really liked Lady Bird. So I was really excited for this one. And I'll recognize I'm probably not the target demographic for this film, but I liked it. I really did. I thought the production design was incredible. I felt like I was strolling down, a Barbie toy catalog in the best way. You see all these like different accessories and the sets were incredible and the performances were really great too. I thought Margot Robbie killed it, and I thought Gosling stole the show a couple times as well. And then touching on what you said, Cody, I really thought the script had some teeth with its ability to attack Mattel for some of the problematic natures of Barbie as well. So yeah, I liked it.
I had a lot of fun with it too. I think maybe the most fun part for me was just seeing like the awesome turnout of everybody for the film. Like, I don't know what your guys' theater going experience was like, but our theater was insane. It was packed with so many people who were dressed up to see the movie. Our theater was completely packed, like totally sold out. I think there might have even been somebody like sitting on the floor or something because it was so full. And I think it was really cool to see people who maybe haven't been to like a movie in a couple years come out with all their friends or family as a big event. It's like I can't really think of the last time a movie demanded to be seen like this and drew so many people out to the theater. So, echoing a lot of what you guys said, I was a big Greta Gerwig fan coming into this too, as well as Noah Baumbach. And I think their signature wit worked really well for this. It was like super subversive. The one thing that I wish they just like pulled on a bit further was what you mentioned, Cody, like that idea of the existential crisis. I would have loved if that just like continued a bit more. I felt like it just got wrapped up a little too neat and tidy where they're like, oh, you need to go see like Weird Barbie and she's going to like fix it. And the movie kind of kicks off from there. It was like that part where she says, "Do you guys ever think about dying?" only lasts for like a couple minutes. And I would have loved if that just got drawn out just a bit more because I really enjoyed that part of it.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think while Kate McKinnon, I think, is probably one of Monica, I think you agree, is one of my favorite parts of the movie in
Yeah.
general. Just the
So
idea
good.
of reflecting what a non-caring child in the real world would do to a doll, and kind of reflecting that as a real person in the way she's like doing the splits, and it's
Yeah.
just so creative and funny. To your point, yeah, I would have liked to see that expanded as well, just more kind of like metatextual real moments sprinkled throughout. But I think there's some like weird tonal stuff going on later in the film
hmm
when it's trying to reconcile the idea of everyone having a place in this world. And I think there's a little muddy exposition around that in the third act with the world building. It just kind of gets a little confusing in what it's trying to say, but otherwise it's so funny, and
Yeah.
I think they do a really good job. Do you guys have any specific moments or scenes that you particularly enjoyed? Like, what were your favorite moments of the film?
What was really funny to me is how like obsessed Ken became, Ryan Gosling Ken, with horses, because the first guy he saw like happened to be on a horse. So he thought there was like something to do with men.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Yeah.
So weird.
I also love that the epitome of men was that he was basically dropped off in Century City
Yeah.
in LA
Mhm.
and in front of
Yeah.
an agency and just saw men everywhere. And
Yep. The one guy has a line. He's like, "Yeah, we have diversity. We just like, hide it better than everyone else."
yes.
I was like, "Oh shit."
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah.
I will say one kind of nice moment that I think Gerwig slows the film down with is sitting on the bench and looking at that elderly woman,
Yeah.
and Margot Robbie's performance, just that like single teardrop performance, which was like very touching.
Yeah.
Her kind of realizing through that interaction,
Mhm.
maybe setting up, maybe the owner is like an older person and not necessarily the child that you would think.
That's actually an Easter egg in the film. The older woman is Anne Roth, who's the Academy Award winning costume designer who did Midnight Cowboy,
Oh, cool.
which is one of the homages in the film.
Awesome.
That single tear, do you think that was a callback to Babylon, where Margot Robbie's character is like,
Yeah.
how many tears do you want me to give during this cry?
Are you
So-
talking about Babylon with the elephant poop
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah, that one.
The Margot Robbie one where she like
Yep.
cries on demand.
Yes.
What were you gonna say, Emily?
Oh, I was going to point out another just fun Easter egg about the moment when she's searching for her owner and she first thinks that it's Sasha.
Right.
The girls are actually representing the Bratz dolls, the original Bratz dolls.
Oh, no way. That's a great Easter egg.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and they're actually named after them and they look pretty similar to them. And I thought it was a really fun
Oh, that's great.
way to incorporate what is supposed to be maybe the next generation of Barbie, the teenage aspect of the cooler girl doll, and how they just were so uninterested in Barbie and that they thought that Barbie was a child's toy.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really fun.
That's a great.
Yeah, that's a
intro.
great touch. I went way over my head. I loved Michael Cera's portrayal of Alan.
Alan.
He was so good in this movie.
You looked a little sickly though.
Yeah.
Little Clockwork Orangey.
Yeah.
The way they put the makeup on him. I didn't really know anything about Alan coming into this movie. So it's so great that they played him up about how he's just Alan and like that's it. There's only one of him.
He's Ken's buddy who fits in all of Ken's clothes.
That is
I
so
remember
weird.
hearing an interview with Michael Cera because they were like, "Who is Alan?" And he like word for word said that, and apparently that's like what was on the box for
That's
the
so
Alan
strange.
toy. Maybe one of my favorite Easter eggs, I guess.
There's so many great Easter eggs. Cody and I were starting to like decode some. In an interview, Margot Robbie said that her favorite one was when Barbie meets the creator of Barbie, Ruth Handler, who's not the actual creator. She actually just licensed it for the US. It was a Swiss doll that was used
Oh.
at like bachelor parties. It wasn't
Oh, weird.
initially a children's
Mhm.
doll, but she saw the potential of like dressing kids up. Anyways, the Easter egg was that Ruth Handler touches fingers with Barbie, which is supposed to represent the creation of Adam by Michelangelo, which is in the
Oh,
Sistine
nice.
Chapel when gods touching man for the first time. So that was very heady and exciting, I thought.
Super cool.
I could throw in like a little doctor note if you want one, Cody.
About feet?
About the genitalia.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to touch that.
Doctor, I think we have the first ever Nightcap doctor's note and a new little bumper thanks to Jordan Summerlad.
Is there a doctor in the house?
Just like one like interesting point where she suddenly her feet kind of like drop down to the ground. I like don't want to be like I don't want to like ruin like the fun of that moment. It's actually a real condition, something called equinus, where you have like contracture of your Achilles tendon. And so when she puts her feet down like that, that just like wouldn't happen because she would just like be contracted. And so you might actually see some people, if you just look around, they're also called like toe walkers. And it can be just something that you have. So that was my only little note. Once again, I'm not going to go into the genitalia territory. Just going to stick with the feet on this one.
But what's the medical term for the nude blob he's packing in his jeans?
What did you all think about the intro, the Space Odyssey intro?
I think that was the only bit of marketing I saw for the film, and I kind of knew immediately like this is going to be pretty amazing just because the way that they set up the voiceover, and it's almost like shot for shot remake of the Apes sequence in 2001.
Yes.
And I think you just know, again, right then and there, you know that these are like deep cut filmmakers doing Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what got me really excited to see it.
I like completely forgot that's how the movie started until you just mentioned it because it's so different. And originally I thought it was just going to be something special for the trailer and it like wasn't going to be in the movie. I don't know about you all, but I was like creeped out when they were smashing the baby dolls. It was like a little too much for me.
Me too.
I was like, wow, they're really going for it.
Monica and I loved there's this one kid. It's the kid with the like circular glasses.
The glasses, yeah.
Yeah, like every time she comes on screen, Monica and I would like look at each other and start laughing. Just the casting was so perfect for the scene.
Yeah.
And the way they did the like forced perspective scale of Margot Robbie and just like the pulling down the sunglasses and winking. It's just it's like a perfect sequence and a great way to open the movie.
Can we talk a little bit about the music? I feel like that was such an important and fun part of the movie.
I have been hearing that music everywhere since it came out. Like the Dua Lipa song, it's everywhere I go.
I
so catchy.
Love it. I sing it very loud. Cody hates it.
Nice.
But I went back a little bit and I think everyone laughed at when Matchbox 20s push in the scene on the beach. But I was reading an article where Rob Thomas was talking about how happy he was that it was in the film because it's about his personal relationship that was super manipulative and how it's re-represented in the film. So it's supposed to be funny, but also ironic at the same time, since that's the whole lesson of the film itself.
I loved that bit.
Yeah, that might have actually been one of my favorite scenes in the movie for sure, when they're on the beach.
Yeah.
So good. And how that whole sequence of having the Kens like mansplain stuff to the Barbies was great. Like the Godfather studio system of the 70s. There's even a shout out to Pavement. I don't know if you guys caught that. Which was really funny too. Just like traditional guy stuff. And I guess Greta Gerwig had like dated somebody at some point who was obsessed with Pavement. So it's just like a nice little dig to throw in there.
That's amazing.
She's lived it.
I loved the Mojo Dojo Casa House.
Yeah.
Just so the names that they use are just hilarious. I mean, and I also loved, just the attention to detail. I think they really took care in probably going into the archives of Mattel and discovering all sorts of older dolls and older renditions of Barbie. And they included a lot of them in the film as characters, like the sugar daddy and whatnot, which was hilarious. But also just on some of the buildings, the whole sequence of them leaving Barbie Land is very, much Wizard of Oz. But there is actually a moment where they're passing a movie theater in the little downtown in Barbie Land, and there's film posters of Wizard of Oz on the theater.
So cool.
What did you guys think of the Mattel headquarters scenes with Will Ferrell?
There were moments where I was a little bit shocked that Mattel had approved what they approved, but I think it makes a better film for them to be able to, poke fun at themselves. And maybe because it was so over the top, they felt maybe more comfortable with it.
Well, they're projected to make $42 billion off this movie. So
Crazy. Yeah.
I think
Oh
it's
my
good that they
gosh.
approved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So smart.
Yeah. That stuff worked for me. I think Will Ferrell was a little hit and miss in terms of like his jokes, but I think sometimes it does go back to kind of that Anchorman persona that I do like. And
He was Mugatu in Mattel.
Yeah.
right. The scene where they're kind of running around in the cubicles, I don't know if that worked for me. It got a little too silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a little Looney Tunes.
I feel like this movie tries to do a lot with comedy, showing us this incredible production design, and then just commenting on modern day feminism. What did you guys think of like the feminism aspects of the movie?
I mean, I think the America Ferrera monologue is pretty incredible. And I think that's probably, the most powerful moment in the whole movie. And I think it was hard to sit through it without tearing up and getting emotional, just hearing everything that she was saying and resonating. So for me, that was like the best moment of feminism and of validation.
I can't recall like another film that's had a monologue like that where a character's had the opportunity just to like lay it all out. It was really great.
I'm just glad that Greta Gerwig was given the chance to do this, because going from, an indie movie like Lady Bird, and then something a little bit bigger like Little Women, and then something huge like Barbie, this IP, and express what she wants to, I felt like that monologue in particular was her way of like making sure she gets, something that she feels passionate about and something that she knows a lot of people are going to see.
I do feel like something that we should touch on that we didn't really talk about much is just the marketing campaign and the marketing phenomenon behind Barbie. And I have not seen a campaign like this in so long. If you were a brand that was not doing something with Barbie, you were being left out of the conversation, which was not something that you wanted to have happen. So it was just really cool to see how much support that they got. And yeah, the press tour was pretty incredible. Seeing the cast go from every city around the world was pretty amazing, that they got all of the talent to do that. That was really special. I feel like that really made the movie a huge part of the conversation and a part of the cultural zeitgeist. And so I think that really made people want to go see it, just to see how excited everyone was about it. And even just Margot Robbie's dedication to supporting the character of Barbie on the tour, and all of her looks as being direct recreations of Barbie's outfits was pretty incredible.
Yeah, that's super cool. And I know this is going to kick off a whole wave of toy movies. I know I had texted you guys about the Barney movie with Daniel Kaluuya and just how strange it looks. And I'm interested to see what route they go with these other toys that they're going to put out movies about.
I'm excited to see all this source material making its way to cinema, but I think the most important thing will be to choose voices and filmmakers like Greta Gerwig to tell their story and give perspective. So as long as they keep doing that, like a Barney, Daniel Kaluuya film, I'm in. That sounds great.
So interesting. Yeah.
They have to have Selena Gomez in it, since that was her start.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no way. I didn't even know that.
All right, guys. Well, I think that is enough about Barbie for, Sorry. Thank you, Monika and Emily, for joining us today on Scenecraft Nightcap. It's been really fun discussing Barbie with you.
I'm just
Thanks so much.
Oh, boy.
Go have a Brisky beer.
Brewski beer me. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.